All right. Howdy, howdy. You are joining the big board, and we are talking about a new to Ancients title today. I was trying to do a live stream for you, but YouTube decided that it didn't like my live stream and just sat there spinning forever. I haven't done a live stream on this particular device before, so oh well. So let's have a look at ta-da! The Fadable just arrived, and super excited. Oh, wow, I like this high gloss artwork and box. Nice. And this box arrived in pristine condition. No dings or bashes from USPS, because you love USPS, right? Pretty fab. Classical artwork on the cover for sure. So the goal here will be to have a brief look at this. I have read the rules. I have messed around a little bit with the Vassal module and offered some feedback. This was before the rules were final, so there'll probably be quite a few little changes and bits and pieces in here. Not that from me necessarily, but just from all the other playtesters and stuff. So, and the rules weren't 100% baked. So I have a rough appreciation, let's say that, for the game, and I hope that I can share a little bit with you about it and help it make some sense. You probably, by the time you see this, it'll probably potentially be too late to order. The last I heard, there were something less than 120 copies left already. That could be below that number by now. I don't know. Anyway, that's the story. Nice, good, solid box. All right, couple of Deutsch D10s, some baggies. Fine. Looks like the cards got excited. The fake cards got excited and came out. And these fake cards are pretty cool little gig here. We'll have a look at those in a minute when we flick through the rule book and stuff. I'm just trying to organize them here because they came out of their little sleeve. But I like the, let me just get them squared away here. All right. I like the artwork on the back, number one, and then as you can see, there are these very specific activities and actions that occur, and you're going to get a certain number of these depending on the scenario you're playing and all the rest of it. So, all right, we've got this. I think this is going to be a strategy guide and how basically a simple exercise in shipping and moving an army, supplying an army, doing supply checks, executing a land combat, and going through a siege, all in full color explanation. So basically a very detailed explanation of play. A lot of people like those. I'm not a huge fan of them. I tend to read them and go, oh, that's what you do. And then when I do something, I hit the exceptions, right? Designer notes and scenarios. You can read all the designer notes if you haven't ordered a copy of the game on Thin Red Line's website or on my website, the Big Board Gaming. I haven't looked in detail at all the scenarios. I just set up the campaign on Vassal when I did it. Let me zoom out a little bit here so you can see the cat bed in the corner. There's that. All the different scenarios. All in full color, very nice. I have not looked in detail through these, so I can't really tell you too much about the scenarios, but design notes are about 5.5, 6 pages long in the back, full color. Rules of play. Now let me just see what these clock in at now, and I've got to say the paper quality, while it is high gloss, has picked up significantly. It's a more robust, thicker weight paper than the previous Thin Red Line game, so I really like that. 23 pages, so that's pretty neat, pretty lean. I think my copy had a few more. Now here's the cool. Well, let's keep going. So what do we got here? this looks like some sort of planning map perhaps we can use. This is where I don't have depth of detail, but these are the different, well, we'll call them provinces, but areas where you can forage in, and you'll get different ratings on them and stuff like that. We've got force boxes, because you're going to just have one counter on the map, and then your army will be sitting here, right? Macedonian forces, and then your calendar, turn track, right? And then the satrapies alignments. Where are they sitting in relationship to each side in terms of being either pro-Persia or pro-Macedonia? Now, here's the thing with this game that I think people will like a lot is, if I was going to try and say, well, what's it like? I would say if you took it's kind of like the illegitimate, we'll call it illegitimate, right? The illegitimate child of Carthage or the Ancient Worlds series and Great Battles of History. It's like they had a love child, and this is what this is. So at the strategic level, at the operational level, you're going to have, we'll look at the charts and tables in a sec. You're going to have all of this moving armies around a big area, and stuff's going to be going on, and you're going to have attrition and supply and foraging and sieges, and you can resolve battles at this scale, or you can then go, well, let's have a set piece battle, and you'll basically get into I won't say it's Great Battles of History light, but it's Great Battles of History like. It's similar enough that you'll be comfortable with the concepts, but different enough in terms of how it's the combat results are employed and how morale works and all the rest of it, that it'll be a different experience. That's my rough gut take on this, and I could be wrong because I haven't played enough of it to really go, that's exactly what it's like, but that's what it feels like to me. So if you've played Carthage or Rise of the Roman Empire, and of course if you've played any of the Great Battles of History titles, in particular obviously Macedonian Art of War or the Alexander the Great modules or any of those, I think you'll feel pretty much at home with some of the concepts and whatnot. So 2 sets of charts and tables. So let's have a look at them now that I've finished waffling on about that. There are a lot of charts and bits and pieces in the Thin Red Line games. Hey, just make sure that you can almost play the game off of these charts, but you're going to be looking at rules every now and then until you get comfy with stuff. And once you get comfortable with the European style of format and how things are said and worded. So here's your terrain legend, and then you've got in that regard all the things that are relevant to movement tables, the size of your armies, how far you can move, your force march tables, recon tables. You've got to have reconnaissance in this game. Super important, and there's obviously this reaction concept as well. It's very similar in effect, not in mechanics, but similar in effect to the Ancient Worlds series for Carthage and whatnot. Surrender, siege, assault, sacking. This is all very different than how the ancient how Carthage works. For example, it's done completely differently. It doesn't rely as much on leader ratings and subterfuge and stuff like that. There's different factors that come to play there. Here's your foraging and shipping tables, attrition tables. Plunder is a thing for supplies. It matters. And then you can build supply bases and have caravans and all that sort of good groovy stuff. Faction morale modifiers. The morale of a particular faction is going to matter over time as you begin to lose forces, or if you lose provinces and stuff like that. It makes a difference. Then your land combat is going to be we'll do. I'm probably going to get straight after this pretty quickly once I finish the Panzer North Africa scenario. We'll probably try and find a small scenario to set this up and game it out. And go from there. We'll probably do a few little combats or whatnot. So we'll do all this. Missile combat, melee combat, all that sort of good stuff. And then on the back, you've got the counters and what they mean. And sorry if it's not focusing properly, but yeah. Doing what we can do here. Doing what we can do. Come on. Hello. Oh, there we go, Governor. Right. Much better. It's like all of a sudden we can see. So that gives you a little look at the counters and then units that can be recruited from the different areas. Which is very different from Ancient World series. Cost, types, all that sort of good stuff, right? Building ships, doing stuff, right? Counters. Let's have a look at the counters. Ooh, okay. So, supply markers, pretty standard stuff. Whether you're depleted or not, I'm going to flip it over, have a look at the backside. Same. All the counting bits. All right. So we put that over to one side. And then we've got hoplites and prodromoi, I should say, or near enough. Regular medium infantry, and then slingers, light infantry, bunch of dudes, bunch of more dudes. Shippies. Then you've got your army markers. And I guess this is going to be keeping track of your allegiances here and stuff like that. Your morale track and all that sort of good business. Oh, let's have a look at the back. So backside of units are going to be there. I think that's their reduced capability. I'd have to recall it, have a look at it again. Obviously, some of them have no backsides, which is nasty. You know, there's a lot of stuff in this little box. The box is a lot smaller than I thought it would be, so it's pretty interesting. All right. Cavalry dudes, Median cavalry, all the light cav, archers, all the Persian leaders. Syrians, etc., etc., etc. So Scythians, Parthians, the whole 9 yards, as they say. Be very cool to see Punic War done with this system. All right, just showing you all these guys. More hoplites, attrition markers, and then leaders. Let's see if we can find Alexander. I might as well have a look at him. Not over there, Gov. Where is he? There he is, Alexandros. Parmenion. Of course, Diadoche War would be cool too, wouldn't it? The Wars of Diadoche. And we've got all of the different phalanxes for Alexander's army, archers, and their companions are probably there somewhere as well. Very nice. Okay, maps. Let's see one. Now, of course, these are European size, so they're a different size, and I would have to pull it out and have a look. Well, there's 3, 4. Oh boy, 5 maps. All right, so we're not going to be able to see all this, but we're going to do our best. We'll lay them out one at a time. You saw that little chart earlier on. It showed you the size, the whole map all together. And there we go. So very first part is the greater Grecian Peninsula, right? So you've got Macedonia and Thessalia, and you've got Hellas and the Spartans and all of that good nonsense. Coastal waters and deep ocean waters, the isthmus over here, and then into Fergia and all these different Lydia, all these different areas here. So that's pretty groovy, beautiful, nice thick paper. It's got a laminate to it, and you know, these actually might be almost standard sized. I'd have to look just to double check, but we're not going to do that right now because we're on a roll and it's already 15 minutes. So, oh, here we go. And we've got further into the mountains in Cappadocia, all this area here, Armenia, or over here on the right, and then off into Medea, further right, and the Syrians in the south here. Whew. There is a boatload of goodies here. Let's see. And then, of course, it wouldn't be a. There you go. So this is Egypt down here. Now, 2 more to go, guys. Just stand in there. This is map D. What do we got here? Babylon, okay, and then the coastline. So where the Israelites would be, and a big old desert, and some really tough terrain by the looks of it, and another similar map, which is basically, oh, here we go, yeah. So now this is where we're going to fight our battles. Our tactical battles. And so you can see it's got these larger mega hexes over them, but nevertheless, so the idea here is going to flip over to, oh no, it's just the one side. The idea is that there's, I believe, if I remember correctly, now it's been a while, there's a die roll that can happen. Most battles were either fought in particular in this age, either fought with across a river or on a plain, right? One of the two. And they usually had something buttressing each flank, generally speaking. So this is going to give you the opportunity here to use this as your battle map and execute your battles and go from there. And obviously the river will either be there or it won't, subject to the particular scenario or the particular battle that you're fighting. I'm trying to find the rules. So there you go, right? 23 pages, all line itemed out. So 16 pages on the operational game. And then that's just 6 pages of rules for tactical combat, dealing with stacking and deploying for battles and leaders in battles and orders and movement and facing and missile combat and engagement and melee combat, attrition, unit routes, special units, ending the battle. You're going to go through rounds of combat in this. You're not just going to sort of fight once and then you're done. It's a little bit of a fight to the death type of thing here for that. And then the rule book is nicely laid out. Everything's bullet pointed and or numerically numbered, so things are relatively easy to find. And they're all laid out in a reasonably usable and friendly manner. So pretty nice package overall. Let's see. Hope you guys like that little look. The full disclosure is this was a complimentary copy to me. I had an order, had said I wanted to place an order, and Fabrizio said because I'd helped him just with, putting the designer notes out and posting some comments and bits and pieces that he sent me a copy complimentary, and I owe him some money for shipping, I believe. I need to do that. But I think I may end up buying a copy anyway, because I just generally prefer to do that. And we'll either give it away or we'll wait till it's really rare and sell it for a whole bunch of money, and that will help finance buying some tables for the new house for the game room. So I just wanted to share that. Like I said, this will be getting to the table pretty quick, and I might even just set up a a battle from one of Alexander's battles, and see if we can't replicate something nice in here. Or there may even be battles in the scenario booklet. I haven't had a good look at it, so we'll kind of go from there. But I hope you've enjoyed that 20 minutes of me prattling on. Beautiful package, lots of goodies in here, and I'm excited to get it onto the table. I hope all of you folk who have been following along and are now receiving your games, don't just get it and put it on the shelf. Let's get it out and let's all roll some dice. All right. Talk to you soon. Cheers.